So, we're doing something a little bit different here because after some technical difficulties, I was basically having to restructure, rewire, redo everything and anything that had to be done. But now the other thing is worth a note to say that the webcams may be switched out, or the webcam may be switched out because the microphone is back to the way it used to be. And I'm trying something a little bit different here because I'm trying it without the pop filter, which may be a bad thing, maybe a good thing, who knows? We'll see what happens. But either way, it's trying something a little bit different. Or maybe circling back to how things used to be, but I'm still going to edit it either way. And maybe I'll regret not using the pop filter, but we'll get there. The fact of the matter is, with maintenance out of the way, we can move to talking about wrestling news, because wrestling news is what we're here to talk about, and that is including the WWE draft, because the WWE draft is set to take place back to where it used to be, where it was during the initial first run of the brand split, which was in post WrestleMania time, aka a few weeks after WrestleMania or the night after WrestleMania, which I doubt it was. From what I remember, I don't think it was the night after. I think it used to take place a few weeks after, or in the weeks preceding WrestleMania, but it definitely took place right after WrestleMania. So the fact of the matter is, we may be seeing a return to the old days with the brand split taking place, the WWE draft moving back to post WrestleMania time, as opposed to the fall like it has been in the past few years. Which I think having it post WrestleMania is 100 times better than having it when they did in the fall, because of these season premieres being in the fall. That is the one and only reason why they had it in the fall, to try and boost the ratings for the season premieres, which that never worked. So the fact that they're moving it back to where it used to be works 100 times better. And not just because it's like it used to be, more because it just fits better right after WrestleMania, to where they can restructure and reset right after WrestleMania, instead of having to do it at a random time before one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year, Survivor Series. But that's just my opinion. Another bit of news is that FTR's Dax Harwood basically went on record to say the exact reason why they left WWE. It is not because they were complaining. It is not because of circumstances outside of their control. It is because they knew if they stayed, the tag team division, for lack of a better word, they knew if they stayed, the tag team division would not be able to move forward. And they wanted the tag team division to be able to move forward, but they also wanted to be able to move forward. So that is the reason why they did what they did and walked away from the WWE, because they did it for the betterment of, for lack of a better word, from what I got from Dax Harwood, they left WWE for the betterment of the tag team wrestling in general. And in my opinion, them leaving was one of the best things that could have happened to tag team wrestling. Because if they stayed in WWE, they wouldn't have moved forward. WWE wouldn't have moved forward. I mean, yes, under Triple H, FTR is one of those teams that under Triple H, they would have been in a lot better shape than they were under Vince McMahon. But the fact of the matter is, they would have had to stay for almost 2 years more to get in a better position under Vince McMahon than they were under Triple H. I mean, under Triple H than they were under Vince McMahon. And, I mean, honestly, would they have stayed till July 2022, or would it have been better for them to leave when they did? I think it was better for them to leave when they did because they were able to jump on the momentum and move forward and not wait for the opportunity. You know, they moved forward before everybody else did. You know, they jumped on the AEW bandwagon before Bryan Danielson. They jumped on the AEW bandwagon before Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish and all those other guys. And it benefited them because they were there before everyone else was. You know what I mean? It helped them in the long run, and it helped WWE because it forced WWE to replace FTR. Even though FTR was not one of their top tag teams, like they should have been, it forced WWE to replace them and move forward. Because WWE didn't have anyone else to work FTR in with. Speaking of replacements, well, actually, speaking of replacements, we'll get there in a second, but, well, actually, this is actually a good segue to replacing the AEW stages because in January 2023, AEW will be rebranding and resetting everything because AEW will be moving forward with the rebranding or resetting, whatever you want to call it. They're changing everything having to do with Dynamite and Rampage, and the new graphics are already there. The new stages are, everything is being reset and revamped. That's the word, revamped for 2023. I'm hoping, for the sake of Rampage, that they even go for new graphics, because going for new graphics, I think I may have stopped it. But going for new graphics, like something as simple as just changing the lettering and how the logo of Rampage looks compared to Dynamite, would make people understand that Rampage is not just another Dynamite, it's its own show, and it would allow Rampage to start getting its own identity, because that is something that Rampage needs. Even something as subtle as changing the logo, changing the lettering, it would help in starting to help Rampage establish its own identity. Establish its own identity. And with that being said, we do have more news to get to, but I will get to that in another video. So, with that being said, let me know what you think on anything and everything said in this video down in the comment section below. And if you're enjoying this, your daily dose of news content, you can let me know that by hitting that notification bell next to the subscription box. And always, well, it helps you because you'll always know when a new video is up on the channel. And maybe next time I'll actually have an outro that doesn't sound so forced and awkward. See you then.